Alright, so I'm back, and today we're going to take a look at the KO MP44. So here he is. We're not going to do the transformation because we've already done transformation here. So we're going to take a brief look at accessories and all that good jazz. And then we'll compare them to my current Prime, which is the transform element. Optimus. And yeah. So, let's see here. Got a bunch of accessories to pull out. Come on. Blast effects. Alright. So we'll fly through the accessories real quick just so we can get through them. First off, we'll take a look at his little jetpack. And so, from what I understand, they re-engineered his backpack to be a little bit more compressed, which, kudos to them. But I don't think they re-engineered the jetpack to fit with that because it doesn't really sit over it. And I thought, maybe I need to flip something or twist something or do something and flip these up to make it fit. But it just doesn't fit in there. It will not. I cannot. I messed with this for a good hour last night. I cannot seem to figure out how to get this to latch on over this. It just doesn't seem to work. And I think, like I said, part of that is because they re-engineered the backpack so that it's supposed to be a little bit smaller. He's got some stress marks going on here, too. In case you didn't notice that. So yeah, that's kind of a fail. He obviously comes with his blaster. It does not tab in well to his hand at all, but the fingers are tight enough to hold it. So it's kind of kind of okay, I guess. It does fold up, for whatever. And this will fold back. No, who cares? He comes with these two blast effects. I believe you can plug one into the gun, so it's just the pew 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 look, or you can plug them into the jetpack if you wish. He also comes with, and this is pretty cool because some KOs, the higher end ones will, but this Autobot logo here is actually die cast, and it just plugs into his arm. And the way he comes is actually he's got this blank plate that fits in there, so his arm looks plain. So you just pry this out, and then you plop in the die cast piece, so you have the Autobot logo on there. So that's pretty cool. I like that. He comes with this battle damage piece, just some damage here, and this will just plug into the peg here, just like that. So that works pretty well. And then he does come with 4 heads. So he's got this head. Just pull it off here, and we can look at it separate. Alright, so he's got the standard head. His antennas are bent just a slightly bit, but it's made out of this kind of springier plastic. I don't know if that's designed to just make it a little bit more durable or what. But yeah. So you got this head, and then he's got this other more G1 cartoon, maybe anime accurate head. But you can see that my antenna were bent in the package, and I can't seem to get them out. And I don't really want to go get a heat gun or something to fix it. I like this head better, but it is an option. He also comes with the battle damage head, which is the same one as this one, just kind of beat up a little bit more. And it looks like the antennas are actually longer and bent in. But yeah, pretty good looking head. And he also does come with the Starscream head for that one scene from that one episode that happens the one time, and you'll never see it again. When Starscream was pretending to be Optimus. Which, I mean, none of that should work, scale-wise, but, whatever. Here is the actual MP Starscream. It is a different sculpt because he's got springy head vents and he does not. But they do look about the same. His face is actually kind of better. Let me see. Can we... Oh, and this is put on... Well, it's on a ball peg. Can we pull it off? Maybe we could swap them. I don't want to break it. But yeah, so you do have that option for him as well. And then, it's just a ball peg, so you just take this and you just would plug this into the top here, just like that. And then he also has these pieces here that come around the back. And they just kind of lock in to the back of his neck here. Maybe. Unless it's something with the backpack that, again, isn't there because they changed it. But, I mean, it should just kind of lock in down here. Somewhere. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, it sits back there, but I'm not seeing any place to really lock it onto. So, I don't know, guys. And it doesn't come with instructions, so it's just like there's nothing I can go on. I don't know. I mean, it sits well enough at certain angles, but I don't know. But yeah, there's the head on there if you want to see that, but who cares? Alright. That's probably the last time I'll swap them out because it looked like there's some stress marks forming on it. I don't know, guys. I definitely think they did some alterations to the mold to get that backpack to sit better that are a hindrance to some of the accessories. And they probably never even bothered to check. Then this whole assembly here can flip down, right? Yeah. And then we can flip the hand in. Like that. And then, or do we take the hand off? I don't know. No, it's stuck in there. Great. Do we just plug it on, or does the hand come on? You know what? I don't care. I just don't care. I will never have this guy with the battle axe, ever. I will never display it like that. It's just, yeah, not my thing. So, okay. Onto the figure. So his head is on a ball joint, so it gets left to right, little side to side, up pretty good, down pretty good. It is on this hinge that likes to come untabbed. It doesn't seem to really want to tab in anywhere. And the way it sits, it kind of makes him like his head is kind of back a little bit. It's strange and hard to explain. Let me try and rotate this camera up a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. But yeah, so like when he's standing, the head kind of sits back a little bit, so he's kind of always looking a little up, and to get him to look straight you have to untab it, so that's a little strange and cumbersome. Don't really remember that from the MP Nemesis Prime we looked at. So ratchets at the shoulder all the way around, no issues there. Comes up to there. It has a hinge here at the body and here at the shoulder, so you get a good fair amount of articulation there. Shoulders go in and out. Bicep swivel. Bends at the elbow. Wrist swivel. Thumb hinges up and down. Finger has 2 points of articulation, and then the other 3 fingers all have hinge and hinge. All of it works pretty well. Waist swivels just a tiny bit. We can get it. I think we can get it more. Yeah, if we pull it out, we can get better. But it breaks up the sculpt pretty badly there. Ab crunch a little bit forward, and then it locks back into place when you're done with it. And it kind of feels like it's on a ball peg, so you get some pretty good range of motion in there. Hip skirts move up out of the way. He does have a long ass, so there's that. Ratchets back to there. Ratchets up to here. Ratchets out to the side. Thigh swivel. Double bend knee. And much like the Nemesis, you kind of have to watch that knee pad and make sure it goes back into place properly. It's kind of like you either got a gap at the top or you got a gap at the bottom, so whichever one you prefer. These side pieces here don't seem to want to stay tabbed in very well, so they kind of come out on me all the time. Foot has a rocker and a tilt down to there, tiny bit up, and that's just about it. And then the gun, like I said, it'll tab and it plugs into his hand, but he doesn't really hold it all that well. So you get it in there, but it doesn't actually go in, or like it goes in, but there's no friction in there. Like it just, like that's in. So it's just, I mean, it's just, yeah. So what you want to do is fold the fingers around it, and he'll hold it just, I call it fine. I'd say good enough would be the more appropriate phrase there. All around, I mean, he looks good. He seems to have a few little issues, and I think it stems from it being a KO, and from them slightly redesigning it, so that backpack's a little bit lower. So here he is with the Starscream, just because Starscream's just been hanging out over here for a while. I think that looks pretty good. And here he is with Megatron, the KO MP46. I think they look pretty decent to get. I hate this Megatron. I don't know why. I mean, oh my god, I don't like it. It just looks bad. I'm sorry. It just looks bad. And the Optimus, you know, he looks good overall, but you know, I'm happy I got him because now I could sit here and actually do this comparison, which is something I've been wanting to do. So Takara versus the Transform Elements. Now the Transform Element, I mean, I wish it had better paint on it. But he doesn't have any paint on him either. I think the official does, but this one doesn't. It is all molded red plastic, molded white plastic. So there's, I was hoping for more paint on him to make him look better. But ultimately, I think the Transform Elements is a better looking Prime. He cleans up better. I mean, look at that compared to this. It's night and day. He feels like a sturdier figure too. So he's a dusty figure, that's for sure too. Whew. Dust you off, don't I? Yeah, I mean, you got all of this kibble. I mean, I call it kibble. It's not what you guys call kibble. It's like what this Megatron has, where it's just like there's just gaps and folds, and it just looks like dog kibble kind of thrown up on the screen. This all looks awful compared to him. He's so much cleaner, and just it's like these guys were like, hey, let's make a good looking transforming Optimus Prime, and then we'll just make him a better figure. And this one feels better to me. How does the head? Oh, it unscrews. That's right. Like I said, I'm happy I bought him just so that I could sit there and finally put it to rest that this is my preferred Optimus Prime. Maybe someday I'll actually be able to look at the official MP44 and compare the two, but mold-wise, it's going to be the same. It's going to be pretty similar to this. Maybe the paint will be better, but in the end, I like this one better. He cleans up better. He feels better. He's sturdier. This guy. I think I do need to get the scale out for these guys. I said it with the Blitzwing, but I think now we do need it. Now, I know it's not fair to compare the KO to the official, just because, it's not the official. But I would assume that these are going to be pretty close. So we got 15.6 ounces. And we'll take his gun out of his hand, just to make it fair. £1 pound, 2.9 ounces. So he's about 3 ounces heavier. About 4 ounces heavier. Somewhere around there, 3 or 4. I'm extremely happy with my Transform Element Optimus Prime. I kind of want to get the Magic Square just so that I can look at it now. But at the end of the day, he's going to stay my official Optimus Prime. I also like the fact that his gun doesn't fold apart, so it doesn't have any hinges. It's just a gun. It doesn't need to have all these stupid little gimmicks and fits into this and that. And he doesn't have a giant ass. It just sticks out for miles. I don't know, guys. This is not great. I mean, it's not terrible, but I'm glad I didn't spend $400 or $500 or whatever the official one cost and get it in and just be like, So I don't know. I think I might be switching out the Megatron too. Might go back to the Make Toys one. He's sitting around here somewhere. Where'd he go? There. Oh, he's all the way over there. Yeah, so we do have a new size comparison figure for MPs. We'll just compare it to the MP44. And he also seems a little lopsided. It's like, look how the legs have to sit. It's like, if you go back, I mean, I don't know. You know, this all could be KO issues that I'm having with him. Like, here, ratchet one back, like where the legs are kind of straight up down with the waist, and you get that. Ratchet one forward, and you kind of get that where he's. I guess that's a little bit better. So it's like I can't rate the official MP44 on this guy. Is what I'm trying to say. Any design elements or joint issues I have with this particular figure is going to be towards the KO. But the design of the figure with the holy backs and long butt, this mess here, that goes back to the original design. And I think they're trying to make these things. They're trying to over-engineer these things to the point where they're no longer fun figures. But it's funny because the transform element has better engineering. He transforms more fluid than the MP44 mold did. Because we did look at the MP44 mold with the Nemesis Prime. So it's just like he flows better. So I don't know, guys. I think, I'm going to give him a 4 out of 10. I mean, it's okay, but that's as far as I can take it. He's not great. So yeah, that's all I got.